Now, complete concussion management. As many of you know, complete concussion management is, we see more concussions around the world than anyone else. We have the largest clinical concussion network with over 350 clinic locations, and we see more concussions each year than all of the pediatric emergency departments across Canada combined. So we see more concussions than virtually anybody. Now, this allows us to collect a large amount of data. We also have the largest concussion database in the world. So from this, we can actually start getting a lot of really great insights that you can't really find in many other places, if any at all. And we often partner with universities to do studies on various things to help further the kind of collective knowledge of concussion by using big data sets that are all pertaining to concussion with a lot of different clinical variables built in so that we can study this in a better way. And we partnered with McMaster University and some students there that were doing some research studies. And one of the things we looked at was predictors of recovery. And so we've taken previous studies that have been done and they looked at things like symptom severity scores and sex and age and injury mechanisms and sport, athlete versus non, and all these different things to look at recovery prediction and try to build predictive algorithms for who would get better fast and who would take a lot longer to recover. So we looked at all of these different variables, and what did we find? The number one predictor for recovery time was how quickly you were in to see us. More important than sex, more important than loss of consciousness, more important than having post-traumatic amnesia, more important than your symptom severity score, more important than any other prognostic variable for concussion, our data showed that the number one thing was how quickly you were in to see a trained, specialized concussion clinician. So that's how important this is. So the moral of the story is, if you think you have a concussion, or if you have a family member or friend or somebody else that has a concussion, get them checked out ASAP. But you can't just go to any old doctor and think that that's going to be sufficient. You need to find somebody that has advanced training in this field so that they can give you the right advice. Because like I said, this stuff changes rapidly. And if you're seeing somebody that's not on top of it, that's not in this field, and is just a general practitioner, a general healthcare provider, they don't necessarily have enough education, or they're not as up to date as they should be. And what that results in is healthcare professionals continuously telling you to rest and sit in a dark room and not to exercise and not to do all these things that are now actually beneficial for concussion. And that can make you worse. So if you think you have a concussion, check out CompleteConcussions.com and click on the blue Find a Clinic button, because we have clinics all over the world. We have a lot of areas that we aren't yet servicing, but we're working on it. Our mission is to have a clinic located in every town and city throughout the world so that people can always find accessible, evidence-based, quality concussion care. You shouldn't have to travel. You shouldn't have to spend millions of dollars to go to do this. You should be able to find this in your own communities. So click on the Find a Clinic button at CompleteConcussions.com and try to find somebody in your area that's trained. If you don't have somebody in your area that's trained by CCMI, try to look around, try to talk to people, find out who has some sort of training in concussion. Don't just go to somebody that says they treat concussion. Try to find out what their experience is, what their knowledge is, what their training is, that type of thing, because that's going to make a huge difference. If you are a healthcare professional and you want to find out what the latest evidence on concussion is, and you want to get more advanced trainings so that you aren't one of the ones contributing to this problem, check out the link in my Instagram profile. If you go to my concussion doc at concussion_doc, there's a link in my bio. There's a workshop there about the management of persistent concussion symptoms. You can check that out. You can also visit CompleteConcussions.com, look at the training opportunities available, look at our clinic partnership program. And yeah, that's it. So seek out care early from somebody with advanced training in concussion, because it can drastically increase your chances of a successful recovery.